This should have been an easy PC flip, but everything went completely wrong with it. A video editor messaged me online for a PC within €1,000 budget, specifically an i7 11700K with an RTX 3080. A great combo that will grant you great performances both for working and gaming. I didn't have it at the time, so I bought all the parts I needed to build the PC. Everything seemed super easy, a smooth flip, where I only needed to do a GPU swap. But it didn't go as expected. Not even a little bit. I spent the next 2 weeks between a broken GPU, the customer service of the shipping platform, and trying to explain the problem to my customer. This is the journey to this PC flip. Let's start from the beginning, when I still didn't know that the PC was broken. So, what I did was look for another i7 11700K, and I found this on subito.it, which is an online marketplace here in Italy. I think only here in Italy. And I found this PC, which is almost what I needed. An i7 11700K and a 3070, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 tera of NVMe, everything looks cool. I only need to swap the GPU then, which is okay, since I already have a 3080 right here. I bought this for €650 plus shipping and the fees from Subito. As you can see, 650 for the price, €16 for shipping and €30 of taxes from Subito. So I paid €700. It took me at least 4 to 5 hours of research, which is gonna be most of the work in this particular case for this job.
This is the problem. The GPU is completely fried. So before doing...
Let's see how it's gonna arrive and if it's gonna be a good deal or not.
Several days later.
This is the PC. It has finally arrived. Everything is as it should be, but the GPU for some reason isn't showing up on Windows. I downloaded the drivers, I've downloaded the updates, I've tried to resettle. Let's see if it now will show up.
You can already tell there's a problem because it's in horizontal, and this is the problem. The GPU is completely fried. So before doing a refund, I'm gonna try to fix it, doing a reflow of the GPU, so let's do that.
I haven't tried yet to make a reflow, since I first wanted to make sure to get a refund and the reflow would have probably compromised it. But since I've received it, I will attempt to fix the 3070 in a dedicated video. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss it. We are now ready to build the PC with all the working components this time, hopefully. And here we are with the parts. Let's start with the most interesting, which is the Asus Prime Z590P paired with an i7 11700K, not F, because apparently Premiere doesn't like the F version. Oh, of course it's already installed, that's why you don't see it here. Paired with an RTX 3080 from Gigabyte, the Gigabyte Eagle version, 32 gigs of DDR4 memory at 36,000 MHz RGB, that's pretty sweet, a 1 terabyte NVMe PCIe 4, and to cool everything down, the CPU down actually, the NHD15 from Noctua, which will keep it extremely cool. We're going to mount everything in this Nova case. Let's get started with the motherboard. We're going to mount the RAM and prepare it for the Noctua. Let's start by adding all the 4 RAM sticks. Not, oh, okay, oh yeah, there's a little bit. Okay. Alright, everything should be plugged in, so we should be ready to try it out. Let's see if it works. And the answer is yes. The RGBs are completely freaked up, I don't know why. Why no output? Why no video output? Please, come on, do something, please. Lotta a casa. Sì. Please, please, please. This is gonna be fun.
Without the GPU, it's working, which is a huge problem, but I know this GPU is working because I've been using it this afternoon and it was working just fine. So let's try to replace the GPU and see if it now works. And now it's working, thanks God. Let's go into the BIOS reset. There you have it. 32 gigs, 11,700K, and the GPU is not right here, but I mean, it's working, it's connected right here. That's great news. Let's go into Windows. While it's installing Windows, and this thing is bothering me as well, I know I'm gonna fix it in Windows. I have to clean everything else, because that's my bedroom, and I would like to go to bed. Since it's 10:30, I would like to go to bed sometime in the near future, so let me clean that shit up.
Performance-wise, this PC can handle every game at 4K with ease. All the next benchmarks were done in 4K with the stock settings for the CPU and GPU. So there's still room for improvement with some underrules. Starting with Call of Duty Warzone, at every level of detail you easily break 70 FPS, meaning that you can play with no problem whatsoever. And if you want to be more competitive, you can go for 1440p or DLSS. With Fortnite, the frame rates are even better, scoring well over 160 FPS at minimum and going beyond 100 FPS at everything cranked to the maximum settings. Mainly thanks to the GPU, you can play even Alan Wake 2 at 4K with no problems whatsoever at over 60 FPS. But forget about ray tracing, because it just can't handle it. It's too heavy for this PC. Lastly, in Cyberpunk 2077, you'll be able to enjoy roaming around Night City at well over 60 FPS at every level of detail, and even over 100 FPS for the lowest setting. Here, the ray tracing is more than playable, with around 60 FPS in all settings, except for ray tracing override, which is extremely heavy. In 3D Mark Time Spy, it manages to score 16,522, and in NeuroScore it reaches 8,531. But let's get down to business. This PC is actually the result of a pre-existing PC. There was actually a 360mm all-in-one from Noah, but even though it could have fit this build pretty easily, I mean, I had the Noctua laying around for months since no one likes it, but it cools this CPU just fine. So all I did was remove the all-in-one and replace it with the Noctua and replace the 3070 with a 3080. It came with no support for the GPU whatsoever and it was shipped to me. So obviously the GPU broke down and it made green lines on the screen. So I had to ask for a refund, which led the times of the delivery of this PC to be longer. I've wasted like a week behind Subito.it trying to explain to them like, hey, I received this PC, it was broken because there was no support to the GPU whatsoever. In the end, I managed to get back 250 euros, which is a little bit less than the value of the 3070 since it was an Aorus Master, so a pretty expensive model, and I've replaced it with the 3080. The pre-existing PC costed me 695 euros, let's say 700 for simplicity in the calculus, but I've gained back my 250 euros for the GPU, which leads us to a 450 euros expense for the PC without a GPU, and I've replaced it with a 3080, which costed me 305 euros, so we are at 750 euros. 750 euros plus an all-in-one though, because I'm gonna reuse it in a future build, maybe my personal build. Today, in about an hour, the client will come pick up the PC for 1,000 euros, leaving us with a net profit of 250 euros and an all-in-one, and a broken RTX 3070 from Aorus, which, if I can fix it, is about 250 euros. Otherwise, I can sell it for parts for at least 100 euros, which means the net profit is at least 350 euros, possibly 500 if I can fix the GPU. For an order basically, because I made this PC specifically for him, which leads me to believe this is a pretty great profit, a pretty great flip. What do you guys think about this PC? Did I pay too much? Did the client pay too much for it? I honestly think it was pretty balanced between me and the end customer, but I would love to know your opinion down in the comments below. Thank you so much for sticking until the end of this video. If you want to see the next flip PC, make sure to hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so that you won't miss my future video, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!